it would appear we do have 3 matches, starting off with the first match in Midway Atoll. So, got a water map here, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys end up playing that one out.
If we can take out all enemy labs, this island is ours for the taking.
So we are going to be having Logic Crazy 12 on the bottom left, on bottom right, and then Sproob on the slightly upper left. Going to be interesting to see how they play it out. Both starting with a, he did have his lightning rod there. Both starting with a 1 lightning rod into multiple henchmen start. Sproob sending his henchmen to that top pile. Same with Logic. Logic sending a few people more down to this bottom pile. I don't know if that's a strategic thing or if they're about the same distance. But interesting to see nonetheless. See which one of them makes the first move in terms of expansion. Both just seem to be building henchmen at this time. Yeah, overall pretty standard stuff. Just kind of maxing out their coal piles, making sure they're getting as much efficiency on that coal gathering as possible. Alright. Oh, we got Logic building up his second electricity tower before our boy Sproob here is continuing to build a bit more henchmen. Meanwhile, Logic's actually managing to maintain henchmen as well. Overall, fairly solid. Another lightning rod coming out from Sproob there. And then we just 1 whole lightning rod ahead for Logic here. Sproob still building henchmen. Logic's actually already moved up to level 2 research here. A little bit different. Meanwhile, Sproob is building his lightning rods on the way over to grab that top left geyser there, I believe. Logic has already started his creature building extravaganza by dropping 2 swimmer chambers here. With Midway Atoll here, you are on a mostly water map where you will need amphib to be able to attack, unless you want to do a very strange start. Starting off real quick here, we got I believe that's the ram mixed with a fish there. I'm not sure which fish, but a fish. Going in as speed guys. So they are very fast swimmer creatures here with a decent amount of damage. We are getting a loner by Sproob up here. A level 2 loner here. Let's see how this manages to fare. Level 2 loner with leap attack, 9 attack damage, but he is going to get a bonus here. He's moving straight past the forces of Logic and getting taken out by his other forces. It managed to take 1 for 1, but that's not really what you're hoping for out of a loner start. Logic has moved in with his level 2s, is starting to take out his hench line up at the front here. Here comes the loner for defense, as well as the henchman going in for a henchman fight here, trying to brawl it out with the pack-huntered gazelles, I believe. Yeah, I think they're actually gazelles, yeah. Gazelles and some fish, I'm not entirely sure. But they just keep coming from Logic. Logic just keeps rushing them over. Sproob hasn't had the chance to do much of an expansion, but I mean, on a map like this, there's not really much expanding to do. You can do stuff to get some things, but mainly you want to get that initial lead with this the level 2 aggression here. But Sproob just kind of holding his own with these loner units, tossing a few swimmer chambers on this right side to protect his base. Deflecting the aggro from the loner there is pretty big. But it would appear our boy Logic is now expanding his gathering and is moving to a secondary geyser here off of his own island. Logic has yet to make that move himself, but I don't think he's been able to under the pressure of Logic's level 2 army. Of these gazelles, they're just going too crazy and taking out everything that he has before he can use it to expand. So, we got a leap attack level 2, low HP, managing to do a decent amount of damage, chunking them down pretty big. But the gazelles are just retreating, packing up a bit, and getting away from that sound beam tower so they can have an uninterrupted fight against these guys. While our boy Logic manages to come in with some range units here to kind of max it out. They do have Pack Hunter. They only got 3 on them right now, so it is unfortunate they are not quite able to do that bonus damage, but they are still getting a decent amount of range damage to cover for his melee units, while his melee units focus down on some of the structures there, as well as just tanking the damage. But quite a bit of melee units, so he should be fine. He's got 4 of them now. He's just got to move them all in to make sure he gets the Pack Hunter. I think one of them died, or one of them wasn't one in the first place. I'm honestly not entirely certain. Just kind of regrouping all up around here. Kind of really holding around this geyser and this little expo here. Oh, but Sproob has moved up to the top right. Unnoticed by our boy Logic here. I'm wondering how he is going to prioritize this. He's making spiffins. He's making some spiffins. Let's see what he's got from spiffins here. Spiffins. Oh, this is the level 2 loner yet again. He's building 2. Poor Sproob. Meanwhile, he's getting a little railed down here, I'm not gonna lie. But we got a bit of a defense getting built up here. Spriffin's still there. He's sending them with other creatures there, so it's kind of losing the loner effect and costing him a lot more resources than it could need to. But Logic is moving in. He's trying to take down some of these electricity zombie towers, so that he can easily take out these guys without worrying about his creatures dying. Destroy the defense and then destroy the base. Sproob barely the boogie Google to defend. The speed salsa is what is being mainly used at this time by Logic to deal the most damage out here with these ranged blue tongues. And it would appear Sproob has managed to sneak past even my own view to take this expo, as well as to sneak past that generator, and going completely unnoticed by Logic's henchman here. I'm not entirely sure if he even notices what's going on just yet. Same with his top right. Sproob is moving in a bit decently. And you got the Gazelles just trying to take out the swimmer chamber, but being easily fended off by the focused force that is Sproob's creatures. And then you got Speed Salsa here taking out the expo from Sproob, getting ready to defend against this assault from Sproob's Mountain Lake. And Sproob easily wiping the floor with Logic's forces here. Logic sending in his level 3, I can't remember what these guys are, but they're the Bro Daddy Cat. I think they're a lion mixed with whatever fish that is. I can't remember what that fish is. Yeah, so Logic manages to come in with the level 3s to defend off the level 2s from Sproob. Meanwhile, Sproob's lab is being focused up, and he is finally getting into a level 3. They both have level 3s, but neither one of them seem to be building a research clinic yet to get those lovely, lovely resource upgrades. But Sproob has finally decided to make his move from the top there with the flank with that loner that he had, as well as sending 2 other little guys here, but they're not really holding up to Logic's level 3s. Just not quite able to hold off in those fights. Sending some henchmen around back to lab. You got Sproob holding a lot of henchmen over here at this geyser. I'm not sure if he's realizing that or if he's too busy microing in a fight somewhere. But overall, pretty solid. He's setting up some more creatures, getting some more production going. Or setting up more chambers to get more production going. Wobblegone Linus. The Wobblegone Linus is moving in. They do have stealth, leap attack, and a high amount of damage. So this is a solid melee kind of frontline creature from Logic. I believe this is... this might be on one of the armies that I've seen. That's one of the default ones. But I also might have just used one of your armies before. Sproob is fending off with his good boys Jimothi. Jimothi holding off the forces of Bro Daddy Cat and Hammer Salsa. But he is retreating, regrouping. Oh, meanwhile he is sending his boy the Fuckerino Pizza. The Fuckerino Pizza has moved into the top expo to claim that as his own. Meanwhile, Logic continues to fortify his defense around this bottom expo with his Hammer Salsas, while continuing to build up a bit more of an army at his lab. Probably going to want to pull these guys back to defend this assault from Jimothi and the Fuckeroni Pizzas. But we will see how that plays out. Lots of henchmen's here. He can potentially build some creature chambers to kind of just speed up the process. But luckily, Logic's creatures have made it here on time to defend too much destruction. Bro Daddy Cat just kind of getting munched on there. Not quite enough, but it's giving Logic enough time to prepare a defense. Building 2 more creature chambers. I don't know if that was the right move to build them right next to where they're already assaulting, but that's kind of how it goes. We got the 2 research clinics coming in here from Sproob, able to kind of come in pretty hot. Sproob got his swimmers here. The pure swimmer artillery. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I call impossible creatures. They are yet again fighting for this lower expo. It is currently in the strength of kind of Sproob to take it out. Oop. Did someone forfeit? I don't know if someone forfeit. I feel like someone forfeit, but it like just ended randomly. Oh, they blew up? Okay, I won't reload it then. Alright, well, that's a easy first win for our boy Sproob against Logic. Logic had the upper hand for the majority of the time, but unfortunately it looks like he had a bunch of kind of dead time there where he wasn't playing as aggro and pushing his lead. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out in Game 2 now that we are on Depario 1v1. Which is just your standard land map compared to a water map. Not very common that people are playing on these water maps, so it's easy to see why someone would get thrown off and maybe not be able to keep up with the strategy. We got our boy Logic Crazy on the right here, and then Sproob on the left. Both doing the very standard lightning rod, 3-hand start. Yeah, be interesting to see where these guys differ again. If Logic's gonna still be quicker on the expansion in terms of his lightning rods, or if Sproob is going to manage to catch him by surprise and go a little bit earlier than he did in the last game. But he did manage to hold his defense quite well. Decent amount of henchmen getting built up here, decent amount of henchmen getting built up here. Both very standard stuff. Nothing deviating from, I guess, the meta. I'm not sure if I would call it the meta or if the basic strategy. But yeah, one of my favorite maps here, Depario. After that last game, you're wondering if Logic's going to want to push early, because that's what got him his lead in that first game, only to have it thrown away by a bit of poor decision making, I guess. As well as good resilience on Sproob's portion. Sproob is doing his kind of trailing lightning rods, which you don't see many people do. Majority of people you just see do the 4 lightning rods at lab, but Sproob likes to get a bit of a move on in the early game by the looks of it here, and move his henchmen towards his first expansion. Guards are getting built up first by our boy Logic here, and then Sproob is actually starting off with a creature chamber near that middle expo because he rushed level 2 quite early here. He's potentially trying to catch Logic off guard. Let's take a look at his research. He has just started it, so he won't have anything great to defend himself unless he builds some Soundbeam Towers. So let's see what Sproob is cooking up here. He is sending Smoobert, a spider mixed with a zebra, I think, with herding. He's sending them into position into this bottom portion of the bottom right. He's now moving them into this creature chamber as he sees them getting built up. Doesn't want Logic to be able to get a step on his feet. We got Alien coming out from Logic here. Let's see what he's got there. Backing off real quick, getting the herding bonus, and then resetting into going into that. Oh, we got the Loner, the Komodo Drag. Oh, wait, no, that's not a Komodo Drag. That a walking stick? Yeah, that's a walking stick panther. We're the walking stick panther. Gets quickly wiped out by Sproob's spiders here, but Sproob's now expanded his expo into that middle one. Logic is kind of just doing what he can to survive on this lower half. The Soundbeam Tower is doing a decent amount of damage off here. He's got 2 henchmen healing it. You got freaking... You got the Beast pulling up. To back up the loner defense from Alien, the Pack Hunter Loner combo goes a little weird, but I can respect it. Gotta love me some level 2 loners. We got the 4-man pack, that typical wolf pack down here. I think that is literally... Or is that a tarantula? Yeah, that's a tarantula, I think. Tarantula wolf, I believe. Yeah. Oh, the archer coming in from Sproob, the Yuba-Dooby. Coming in to try and take out these melee creatures, but unfortunately gets instantly wiped out by Logic's creatures. And now he's on full retreat mode, Sproob. Is sending all of his henchmen back to base to try and prevent them from all dying. And then Logic decides to let them go and continues to just focus down on this creature chamber, as he knows if he's able to take out this expo, he can move into it fairly easily. Yeah, so strong counterattack, especially from the early rush from our boy Sproob. But Sproob is turtling pretty well here by setting up a very quick creature chamber line. But I don't think he's going to have enough time because these creatures are already moving in. He's going to need to build something at his lab if he wants to have enough time to get these out and able to defend this massive wolf pack that Logic's already got going. He's got that bottom expo, and Sproob has forfeit game 2. These higher games, man, if they know they're going to lose, they call it. I can respect it, but I like these longer games. Moving on to game 3 for Sproob versus Logic. It is currently 1-1. Let's see how it goes back on our first map of the night for another standard start from both sides. Nothing too crazy as of this point. Are we going to see the Papa Delta special of building at this expo and then dwindling their resources for the rest of the game? Or are we going to see a more standard gameplay? Let us find out here. Just building up enough henchmen on both sides, getting their very efficient number of henchmen on there, fully staffing this stuff. Nothing too crazy. Still building a hench on both sides. Sproob is building a hench here, potentially going for... Oh, no, just holding off on it. All right. So overall, very standard early game. Interesting to see. Oh, Sproob is going for another early expansion on the enemy side of the map to see if he can manage to dwindle Logic's potential resources. Logic has sent two henchmen? Yeah, 2 henchmen to build some lightning rods while continuing to build more henchmen. Sproob is now moving all the way down to the bottom right expo to take this away from Logic, potentially preventing his whole bot side expansion. But if he doesn't have creatures or sound beam towers to back it up, it's going to be hard for him. Building a bit more electricity towers, going down to this right geyser. Yet again, another move that Sproob is doing. Oh, he is actually not even building up this expo. He's actually building bramble fences to prevent the movement in that direction from Logic. Logic is just kind of continuing to build up his electricity. Meanwhile, Sproob is kind of expanding his base and trying to expand his kind of territory. But he's going to be falling behind fairly heavily in terms of resources, just due to the fact that he hasn't been doing as much as our boy Logic. Like, he's still only got 2 lightning rods to the 4, as well as a geyser for Logic. That's already on its 2nd upgrade. We don't even have a geyser from Sproob here yet. But he does have that bottom right expo preventing the expansion in that direction. But it would appear that Logic's all fine with that, because Logic is actually moving down this left flank while Sproob builds up his whole kind of protection on the right side, splitting this map down the middle vertically rather than horizontally like it normally is. A very interesting kind of maneuver. We're getting more of the beast spawning in from Logic. I'm not sure where he sent all those guys earlier. Oh, he just sent them over here to attack. Oh, we got the classic Mountain Lion Praying Mantis, absolute legendary creature, defending himself over the lines. We got Beast pulling up versus P-Man. P-Man doing his best to hold off here. He's got the Frenzy compared to just the Pack Hunter, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold these. It is 4v5 right now for the creatures, but we do have Logic already sending in more creatures. Oh, we got the Porcupine Coyotes pulling up here. Didn't catch their name. We got... I don't know what their name is yet. It's not P-Man. I'm not sure what the other one is, but the henchmen are doing their best to fight him off, but P-Man is just doing his best, but he's just outnumbered. The Beast is just moving in from all angles. There's nothing much that Sproob can do here to defend with just his one creature chamber. You have to build a creature chamber somewhere else on the map and build up an army to be able to fend off of this number, just because of the Pack Hunter bonus is just overwhelming their damage output. As well as the fact that he just keeps sending more. There's nothing really Sproob can do here without expanding elsewhere. So we do see Sproob building a creature chamber down on his bottom right expo. Meanwhile, his whole middle expo has been taken out, opening the entire middle of the map to Logic. Meanwhile, we have a small corner in the bottom right and your own lab up here, but it's just not quite doing enough. We got the geyser here. Meanwhile, Logic is just holding on to the sides. Logic surprisingly hasn't moved for this left geyser. Is now moving into the advanced research. We got Sproob just building more henchmen here, not quite being able to hold his own. We got Logic moving into this top left flank to prevent the expansion of Sproob, easily able to prevent him. Like, he's got quite the army already going. That's got to be at least 10, 15, 20 creatures even. Sproob is making dire tactics here and dropping a bramble fence as fast as he can here. Is not quite fast enough as the wolves have already moved in. And it is the wolves versus henchmen. This is more of a caveman fight than you could ever have imagined. The pure wolf versus the henchman just absolutely getting obliterated. Nothing going on here for them. Bot side, he's only got one of the dudes, and they're sending him to attack his henchmen, but he's just severely outnumbered. You got your creatures died to his henchmen, while his henchmen killed your creatures. Not a whole lot that you can do here from Sproob. Already on the lab, no lab defense, no nothing. He's potentially... he can't even be doing level 3 research here. He's just hoping for this. It looks like it's going to be another forfeit from Sproob. Reverse sweep from Logic. You love to see it. Unfortunate loss for our boy Sproob. There's only so many things that happen in this lovely game that we call IC.